Hey guys, I'm gonna give us a minute for people to come on here, and then we will get started with our training about bookings. Yay! Just kind of pulling up my notes here, and then we can get going. How's everybody's week going so far? So I decided to start doing these Mondays with Mollie, and not just for the alliteration, being Mondays with Mollie, but it's a great motivation for the beginning of the week to get you started and then thinking about your business and thinking about, okay, I have a half an hour here that I can work my business. I'm going to shut the door here 1 second. Sorry for my messy office. I'm just going to shut the door here, guys. I'll be out in a minute. I'm doing my training. Sorry, that's life in my house. It started getting loud, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to shut the door. That's what I love about having an office now that I share with my husband. But this way I can get work done and close the door, and they can leave me alone. Well, all of them, but the youngest will leave me alone because he knows no boundaries, and Mama belongs to him. So he could enter at any time, and I apologize for that. But I love it because with it being on Monday, you can look at your schedule and say, hey, I have a half an hour here that I can do a booking blitz, or hey, I have, a half an hour here that I can work on this, that, and the other thing, whatever the case may be. So it gives you a good start and some motivation at the beginning of your week to plan the rest of your week with your Scentsy business, because I know a lot of you, this isn't your full-time gig, but you want to be making more money with it. So it starts getting you thinking a little bit more proactively and planning your week a little bit. So I hope this helps you. So what we're going to be talking about tonight is bookings. And this time of year is the best time to get started booking for the coming months. Now we are halfway through July, and in August we usually always have 10% off because we're getting, clearing out room in the warehouse for getting kind of rid of some of the summer products that we've been working on and really getting into the fall and winter. So it's a perfect time to start messaging people and asking them to book for you and to host with you and to get those discounts. People are like, at this time, they're like, oh, I'm holding out for the spring or for the summer. For September for the fall catalog. And so you say, hey, how about you be the first one of your friends and get all your stuff free just by... Of course there was a cat in here when I shut the door. 1 second. Then go. Go on. Oh, she was hiding in a corner, and I shut a door. She hates a shut door. She can't handle it. Any door that's shut, she immediately goes up to it. I want to be in there. Anyway, so this is a perfect time to start booking for September and saying, hey girl, do you want to get this product for free? And hey, Leslie, and, that type of thing. So we're going to dive into that a little bit. I'm going to dive into a couple different booking games that you can do, a couple booking posts you can do that can really get people talking about your business, or at least get them interested. One of the things I love to do, so you can easily book parties in like four steps. So what you do is when you are having a home party, or someone is constantly liking certain posts, you can ask them, like, what product would you love to get for free? And then, just listen. Hear what they have to say. Lots of times it'll be like, oh, I want that diffuser, but, it's too expensive. Or, oh, this warmer is just gorgeous, but it's just not in my budget right now. So then you're just listening. You're like, okay, all right. So then you pull them aside by the end of the party, and you don't want to ask, will you have a party with me? Because people are like, oh, parties. They're not necessarily like, oh, no home parties or whatever, but like it sounds like a lot of work. It sounds like a lot of time out of their schedule. And you can let them know it doesn't take a lot of time. People book parties for 3 main reasons. They want to get their stuff free. They want to socialize with their friends. They might be like me and be a stay-at-home mom and want to get out there and be with people and be around that. And they also might be so in love with Scentsy that they want to share it with their friends. And you should honestly be listening to those chicks because they could be your next recruits. You need to be paying attention to them. So you can just say, hey, if you'd love to have this for free, who of your friends do you think would be, interested in this type of thing? And, they might be willing to share with you, or they might be like, I'm not giving out my friends' information. And you don't want their friends' information. You want their friends to come to their party. You don't worry about their friends' information now. And you say, okay, well, you next, message X, Y, and Z. This is what you love. You want a diffuser. And you message you said these 3 friends you think could really use Scentsy and could really like Scentsy. And yeah, it's scary to hear no. It really is. That's one of the scariest things. But guess what? I've heard no a lot and I'm still here. It sucks, but then you're like, okay, you kind of get an adrenaline rush. You're like, oh, they said no. And I didn't die. Okay, I can hear a no again. I can do that. And you get kind of like all right, I'm going to ask the next person. That wasn't so bad. And some people, might be a little rude about it, but most people are going to just be like, no, thank you. No, thank you. But, you cater the party to them. You say, okay, you want to get this diffuser for free. How about getting some friends together either online, or you could take this little bag to work, and all you have to do is show this around to your friends and get under their noses and just grab a couple orders. Because once it's up to 200, that's a party. So just, hey, I've got this basket and it's just sitting at home. Would you want to borrow it and bring it to work and have people smell it? Or, would you want to have a sip and sniff? I can meet you and your girlfriends for coffee, get away from your kids on a Saturday morning, get away from my kids on a Saturday morning, and let's sit and sniff some Scentsy, and whatever they order, you get the host rewards for, just for sitting there. You don't have to do any work. I do all the work. You just sit here. And this is where it's really important too to do the 1 bag in, 1 bag out system, where you bring in, an easy size bag. I have shied away from home parties, but home parties do really, really well. I need to get back into doing more home parties. I do a lot of basket parties, and I love it because it's simple. It's 1 bag. I put flyers for the scent of the month. I've got a couple here, but I don't want to move it. Hold on. I put a flyer for the scent of the month in every single catalog. I put in the tester of the month, or I will put in a bunch of samples, and I tell the girl, hey, give these to everybody. Keep a couple for yourself, but give these to everybody. And then order forms. Inside all that tester bag, that black tester bag that Scentsy has been sending the testers out now, and I say that's all you need. That's all you need. If you want to do an online component, we can certainly do an online component where, I talk a little bit. But this is all you need, this little bag for a party. And a lot of people will be like, well, I can carry a bag around. Oh, I can bring this to my mother-in-law's. She loves this stuff. I can bring this over by my sister-in-law. Oh, I'm going to go to wine with my friends the other night, another night. Or, oh, I want to go to wine with my friends. So, hey, why not? Let's do this, Because there's a 50% chance that you're either going to hear yes or you're going to hear no. But now they have options. Now you can say, oh God, I know you're so busy right now, but what about in September when the kids are back in school? What about when those fall scents come out and you want to start sniffing and smelling those great new scents? What about Christmas time when everybody's going to want to be having buying their Christmas presents, and Scentsy's a great gift to give away. Just giving them little hints of things that would work. Say, we can do this, that, and the other thing. When works for you? You want to have your schedule up first so you can put in your hard stops for your family, put in your hard stops for different things that are important to you. But ultimately, keep your calendar quite open, That way, when they say something, you can say yes. Because ultimately, if you want to grow your business, you need to be having parties. You need to be, getting in under people's noses. You need to be having conversations with people. I am extremely introverted, even though I am extroverted when I talk to you guys, and I'm extroverted when I get into situations where I need to be. but it takes a lot out of me. And when I come back, like, it takes a lot for me. And I admit this fully. This is why I haven't done a lot of Scentsy parties out in people's homes, because I get super anxiety about it. I don't like doing them. It makes me super anxious. But that being said, I make the most money at home parties. So it's like I'm kind of kicking myself in the ass by not doing these. And I really need to get back into doing more. But, you know, you don't have to do home parties if you're not ready for them. If you want to just do online parties, there are so many different tools on doing online parties. I can even do a mock one. I've done them in the past for you guys, but I can always do another mock party if you guys are interested on how to do an online party. You know, the baskets are the easiest way, because you say goodbye to that basket. If you're in a location, or if you don't fully trust the person that is taking your basket, it is in no way, shape, or form out of line to have them sign a contract saying that you will charge them if you don't get your basket back. You can fully report it stolen to the police. I know that my SSD has done that in the past. I had one stolen and I did not, and that kind of saved my, you know, I could have gotten the money reimbursed for that, I believe. But either way, you know, if you're not fully trusting of people, talk to me about it. We can set something up where we, you know, plan for that. But ultimately, getting the scents underneath people's noses is going to be far better than an online party, because you know the scent sells it. That's why you signed up. You love Scentsy because of the way it smells. I mean, yes, our warmers are gorgeous, and yes, our diffusers are bomb, but the scents are what gets you. So you definitely want to be making sure that that is getting under our nose. So I always try to push a basket party if they aren't going to do a home party. And quite honestly, I always try to push a basket party regardless. But I need to be better about pushing the home parties. Anyway, so by asking them, hey, do you want to do a sip and sniff? Hey, do you want to carry a bag around? Hey, do you want to do a quick online fun fest with your friends? You don't say the word party. You don't say the word, you have to clean your home. I have to come to you, you know. Hell, if they want to come to my house and do it, they can come to my house and do it. I mean, yeah, it sucks, but at least I'm in my element, and then I can kind of kick people out if I need to. But ultimately, people like doing them in coffee shops. People like doing them anywhere, and all you have to have is the bag with you. If you don't have the warmers with you, your iPhone is an amazing tool. You can show exactly how warmers work and how they look by videos on Facebook and videos on YouTube, even videos right on our Scentsy blog. So there's a lot of opportunity for you to do quick, easy parties in places where it makes it super convenient for your hostess, so that she doesn't feel like she needs to clean. She doesn't feel like she needs to, make a bunch of food for people. I mean, some hostesses absolutely love that. They are the hostesses with the mostesses, and they love to have people in their home and entertain. Others, no, they don't want to do it. So if you give them other little options and little easier, low pressure, just relaxing ways where they can sit back and enjoy themselves and not feel on the spotlight but still earn all those rewards, that's a huge thing. So really something to think about, the way that you present having a party to your hostesses. And again, selling it. Right now, like I said, we are in a great time to start pre-booking your months. And we will talk about that. I think I have it set up. I don't have my calendar right here, but front loading, and we'll talk about that soon. But just, getting all your parties in the beginning of the month, so by the end of the month, you've reached your goals and you don't feel like you have to scramble. So another thing I wanted to talk about is booking games and booking posts. There are tons of different little booking games where, you've seen the ones where they have the little bags and, you take a bag and there's something in there. There's a prize in there. Sometimes it'll just be a scent circle. Sometimes they'll have to book a party. It really all depends. But once you put something out there and you put a limited number of them out there, people get kind of grabby. Another thing I like to do is I just take little index cards and I write on them and I put 10% off, or $10, $20, $30. And I put them each in an envelope where you can't see which one is which, and I just put them out on the table. And I wait for someone to ask me about them, and 9 out of 10, someone will, but if they don't, I say, and if you guys haven't noticed, at the end of the party, I say, if you haven't noticed, there are envelopes on the table that say pick me. If you pick one, you commit to having a party, and in one of them there's $10 to use at your party, in another there's 20, and in another there's 30. And what I do with that is I use my half price twist reward that we get discretionary to take care of that cost, and get them what they want. And quite honestly, people grab at those. They're like, there's $30 in there. $30 is a warmer I want. $30 is a 6-pack of bars. Like, I want to get the $30 one. And because there's only 3 out there, they get grabby. And then if someone's like, oh dang, I didn't get one, I'm like, okay, how about this? If you still book a party, I will give you $10 off still. Or, because you weren't quick enough to get it up off your butt and go grab it, but I'll still give you $10 to use towards your party. Or I'll still give you, whatever, or I'll give you the mini warmer of your choice at your party. Or if they were looking at diffusers, I'll give you an essential oil, whatever the case may be, to sweeten the deal a little bit for them. And yeah, those go like gangbusters. If you're trying to book parties on Facebook, really booking blitzes, which we will do towards the end of the month, are going to be a great way to book parties. And I'll go into that a little bit more before our booking blitz. And then I'll go live during the booking blitz, and we'll just talk back and forth, whoever wants to show up and message people. It's only going to be a half an hour. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Bring it in, Mollie. We're talking about this. So booking posts. You've seen them out there. They're the ones with the cute little umbrellas, and there's 6 umbrellas, and choose a number, and, put it in the comments. What I like to do for those is I like to offer them a product, which again, I'm going to use for the half price toast reward for their party. And I say, hey there, Mollie, I see you pick number 6, or I see you pick number 3. I give the same answer to all of them. I see you pick number 3. I would love to give you a free washer whiffs tub. So I'm using my half price host reward, so it's only costing me $15. I would love to give you a free washer whiffs tub, or a free, clean counter clean, or a free mini warmer, or whatever the case may be. If I know this person has a ton of warmers and wax, I want to get them trying something else. If they haven't tried something for me, then I go for warmers and wax. But you want to get them addicted to other products. You really do. So then you say, you picked number 3. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. If you book and host a qualifying party, which means 200 PRV or more, I want to give you this. What do you think? Or not choose a party, but event, or sip and sniff, or whatever you feel gets people excited. Use those words and say, what do you think? And then just wait. Don't throw a ton of words at them, because quite honestly, the more you do, and I get nervous and I word vomit on people, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to scare people off. You don't want them to think that, oh my goodness, she just is talking, and I can't handle this. I can't do this. I can't have her in my house. I can't spend, an hour or 2 with her at coffee. Oh my God, no. Especially if she's had caffeine. Dear God. So, you want to make sure that you're putting what the information is out there, and then stepping back and let them think. And, they might say, oh, I just don't have the money right now. Well, I'm not asking you to buy anything. I'm asking you if you want free stuff. If you don't want to use your half price toast rewards, you don't have to use them. Or if you just want to use it on one bar and pay $3 for a bar, or if you want to use it on one scent circle and use it on that, absolutely go for it. There's lots of ways to get through this cheaply. If they say, well, I don't have the time, we'll say, hey, why don't we do an online event? I mean, I can make it last week. I can post about a different product family, once a day, and then we can collect orders at the end. Just kind of try to combat their excuses, not so much excuses, but their reasons for why they don't want to. And if they still say, no, it's not for me, I'd be like, cool, totally cool. Right now, too, what you would want to add to saying, hey, you picked this number, I want to give you this, what do you think? And say, also, August is 10% off, so your customers are going to get 10% off all their stuff, too. So really, everybody wins. And see what they say. Or say, if they're like, oh, not right now, I have enough, be like, well, fall and winter is coming around. So, September starts our new catalog. You could be one of the first ones to have all those new scents. What do you think? And see what they say. So just coming back and giving them the little options that they have available to them to kind of sweeten the deal a little bit. I know a lot of people really love it when they have the option of giving their friends 10% off. When you think about how much you can get for that, it's a good deal, especially on a 6-pack or on a, Laundry Love bundle, or even a diffuser. You get it for $117 instead of $130. And lots of times, in August, they like to do diffuser specials where we get oils with it too. So that's going to be a really good idea to, sweeten the pot. But you want to start kind of talking to people now if you want parties for August, because again, front loading that month. And we'll talk about it a little bit more next month, about front loading. I'm going to take next Monday off with Mondays with Mollie, just because we're going to be in Austin, but I'll be back fully every Monday night to talk about different things. Does anybody have any questions while I am still here about any type of issues they might be having with bookings, or something I didn't touch on that you'd like me to touch on? There's so many different ways to, talk to people, to reach out, to get people to book. You can, if you're newer at this, you can say, hey, I'm still really trying to get my business flowing. I would love it if don't buy from me, just host. Just do a host. That's all you have to do. I'm going to give you free stuff. You're going to get stuff half priced. All you have to do is just introduce me to some of your friends. That's it. And they don't have to introduce you in person. You can do baskets. They could take the basket around. They could do online, whatever. Besides the list of 100, how do you find people to ask? You can advertise on Marketplace the same way that you would market your business on your Facebook page. I will post in buy-sell trade groups and say, hey, I have, like Timon and Pumbaa came out. I'd be like, hey, these guys are available for purchase if anybody would be interested. And lots of times there are people that have been looking for Scentsy consultants and just didn't know where to find them. Word of mouth. And I love asking for referrals. I tell all my customers, I'm like, if you send me a referral that, they get an order or they have a party with me, I reward them. I really do. I will, find something that I know they love and get it for them, because them introducing me to that person and them, sharing my name, that's a huge, huge thing. For people to vouch for you and tell their friends about you, it's a really big vote of confidence, and I love to reward that. So I'll say, hey, is there something you've been eyeing? And if I can afford it for like the half price host rewards or whatever, I give it to them. I'm like, girl, take it, please. You saved my life. Or I'll say, hey, pick out something at, Mollie's party on me. Or, hey, whatever the case may be. Whatever you feel like you can afford. Don't feel like you need to break the bank. It could just be something simple, like I have been loving giving my hostesses lately counter clean or the bathroom cleaner, because it gets my really, really good hostesses trying new products that they haven't tried before. They're stuck on warmers and wax. They've maybe ventured into the car products or maybe the diffuser, a few of them, but they really haven't gotten into using the body products, using the, soaks, using the Go or anything like that. I'm not going to buy them a Go, but with the new wall diffuser, that's a new way that we can get people using different products, which is really cool. But yeah, I love to give body products, counter clean, bathroom cleaner, Scentsy Fresh if I know they have pets. That's a great one to give and say, girl, this is sun-kissed citrus as a Febreze. You can use this in your car. You can don't spray it on the dashboard. Don't spray it in fabrics. You can use this on your couch. You can, blah, 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 blah. Bam. Done. Can we room train on events? I am not the greatest at events, and I'm not afraid to say that. I will talk to one of my friends, Danny. She just hit Star Director. She's amazing. She does a lot of events. I think she does one every single weekend. And if I can get her to talk to you guys after a reunion, I will absolutely do so. I know she'd do it for me because I've done it for her, and we go back and forth training each other's friends, or training each other's teams. She did a training here, oh God, it was probably 2-3 years ago now. She's wonderful. Anyway, I would have her come and train on events because, again, she does them so often, and she could really answer questions and really kind of go into depth on how she does them. For me, I just do little bazaars around the holidays, and just set up a table and have some stock. I am not someone who keeps a ton of stock. I don't like it. My closet is full and it's driving me nuts. So I'm thinking of doing like a last chance first glance and come in and buy some stuff. But then I hate doing that. Maybe I'll do that at the end of fall or at the end of the season, because quite honestly, I like having a stock closet so I can make a lot of those events. But after that, I'm like, get out, go away. So it's a complicated thing. But again, I don't do a lot of events to really be able to speak super knowledgeably about them. I can answer basic questions, but I would really love for her to come talk to you guys, because I think she would be a wealth of knowledge, and she would really be able to help you out. Any other questions you guys have for me? I want to try to keep these trainings to a half an hour, just for you guys, so that way you don't feel like when you're watching the playback it's going on and on and on. If we keep them short, sweet, to the point, and then if it comes that there's a lot of questions, I can always go into more depth the next week, or at a different time, or one-on-one. Absolutely. But I want to keep it, short, sweet, to the point. So on your Mondays, you quick watch the video. If you can't watch it Monday night, you quick watch it Tuesday, and then you can plan the rest of your week. And you can really dive into your business. Like, okay, Molly talked about bookings this week. I'm going to go and I'm going to research a little bit more on bookings, and then I'm going to get to work. And, when we talk on recruiting, same thing. Okay, Molly talked about recruiting. Now that I'm feeling pumped, I'm going to one day this week put my recruiting pants on. Or, Molly talked about how to be a good sponsor. So, bam, gonna work on this. That type of thing. So it just gives you some focus in your business for that week. And as always, if you ever have questions, or if there's something you're working on that you just feel kind of stuck in, let me know, and we can kind of go over it, and we can chat, and I can be as helpful as I can be. So, all right, I'm not getting any other questions, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this. I hope you guys all learned a lot. Feel free to message me if you have any further questions a little bit more in depth, especially if you weren't able to watch the live training. And I hope you guys all have a fantastic week. Bye-bye.